Hello. Today I'm going to be working on this Craftsman 6.5 horse mulching mower. It's pretty old. I don't actually know how old it is, but it was sitting outside his place for a while. I don't know if it runs. What I do know is that the safety cable for the flywheel brake, it keeps popping out of the holder on the handle, and it's really not engaging down here. So I do know that. I do remember that a problem that I had to look at. I did end up ordered a new cable for it a while ago. This has been sitting in my garage for probably close to a year. So, but I was able to get a vice grip on this, close this to where, you know, it wouldn't ground out that coil, and I could get it, if I remember right, I did get it to run a little bit on starter fluid. But the fuel tank has been chewed by something, and I really don't remember anything else about this when I got this and looked at it. I do know that it turns over. It's hard to do now because that flywheel brake's on, but it does turn over, and I think I did get it to fire. But first thing I got to do is address that cable for that safety lever, and then we'll dig into it more. I'm not too sure. Before looking at that newer one, I don't know if this cable is the original one that came on it or not. To me, it just seems like it's too long. So it's got this extra bend in it, which, you know, makes it harder to move, more to travel. And that's why it would pop out of this clip, and you'll see it here. See, it just pops out of that clip on the handlebar. So I'm going to put the other one up next to it before taking this one off, just to see if the length is the same. So just by looking at it, it does look like it's about the same length. So maybe the whole problem isn't the cable. The problem is more with this little clip that holds it into the handlebar. But I do see a little bit of a bend in there. Maybe it's crimped a little bit. I did try, let me try this. I'm gonna get a pliers, take this off of here, and then see if I can just pull that cable, see if that does anything. No, not really. I'm trying to pull this, and I'm not able to push or pull that at all. So I have the cable. I'll go ahead and replace this whole cable, and then see if that fixes our problem. Cut off these zip ties, and then we'll get it disconnected from the mower itself. All right, so I got it out of the clip there to holding it in. You know, this is free on the other end, so this cable should slide easily in and out of the sleeve that it's in, and it does not. So for example, the new one, see, it slides easily in and out of that sleeve. So that definitely was seized up inside of there, so hopefully this fixes our problem. Let's put this one back in there, or put the new one on, and see if this helps our problem. So you can see, hopefully, by me pulling on the end of this cable, that I am able to move that mechanism down here. This is where I'm looking. But up here, it's still too long. Okay. It's just a lot of excess cable, and there's a lot of excess cable, and this clip here just doesn't want to stay in. So I'm just going to put a bunch of zip ties on that, and hopefully that'll hold it. And I'll zip tie that other cable down here to clean it up a little bit on the handle, and see if that works. Alright, just got that cable all hooked up. Get this tied in there so it doesn't pull out of there. And it seems to be operating that just fine. So, now that that's working, I'll go ahead and check to see if there's fuel in here first. Let me... No, that looks completely dry. I'll check the oil. Here's oil. It's on the full mark. A little black, but good enough to test it and see if it runs. So, guess what I'm gonna do now is I'll pull that air cleaner off, take a look at that, make sure there's nothing, any critter nest or anything under there, and put some spray in there and see if it'll fire off. Man, that's pretty disgusting. Hopefully I get another air cleaner. Throttle moves. Alright, it'll run. I'm going to have to probably go into that carburetor. It seems pretty dirty. I'm going to get a light down here. Make sure there's no water in it. So there are literally thousands of videos out there for cleaning carburetors. I'm not going to show that. But I will take it off just to see what we're dealing with. Primer bulb looks like it still works. Not cracked. Alright. I gotta get a 10 millimeter and get the carburetor off. I'll turn it back on if I see anything in the anything noteworthy in the carburetor. Alright, so here's the bowl that it took off. I did dump out. There was just some dry debris, but you can see that bowl gasket is broken. It's toast. Needle, see, weren't stuck. Needle looks like it has a little corrosion on there. It's gonna be hard to see, but there's a little bit of corrosion on that needle. The main jet down here, it's not clogged. I'll go through it. But main thing is that bowl gasket. The seat looks okay, but it just needs a good cleaning up. Luckily, I do have some parts carbs that hopefully I can steal the bowl gasket off of this one, and it should work for me. Alright, carburetor back on. Got some fuel in the tank. It's not leaking anywhere. Let's see if it starts. Started, running a little rough. It's surging a little bit. It could be from the no air cleaner on it. So I just looked. I don't have an extra air cleaner or a replacement air cleaner to put on there, so I'll order one of those up and get this back to him and get it out of my garage. So the cable, it did fix it. The new cable did fix it. Was still coming out of there, so I put that tie wrap on there to kind of keep it in there, but it is working the cable like it should. So, alright, be a short video just replacing that cable, but thanks for watching.